fighting that case. I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up. Can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast. I never done this before. Drown out my problems. Let me. When I've been magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Yellow! There's the line, 80! Cut!
On first down, Mahomes. The catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. We don't want this. Delta. 56 to Mike.
Mahomes to throw once more. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. Johnson running right. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hands up! You need team! Hey! Be afraid of me! You better be afraid! Chris on travel. Joker! 2 by 2. Move! Hands up!
Dalton now to pass. It's caught. Shepard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
On second and 11 now. Dalton, blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Dalton sets up play action. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Leave! We own it! We own it!
Now Johnson. They have nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mark. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Attack. Like 22. Right.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Airing it out deep for Woods. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Pick Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Looking for Woods that time. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Pierre Desir in on the stop.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't a crazy, crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. On second down now, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 7.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
368! Hey, Urban! 56, Mike, 56!
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
56. 93, 52, 93, 40%.
Dalton, first and 10. Forced out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left. Contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. David Johnson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Connor. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
56. Mike's 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Block strike. 15, 15.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Connor going backwards here on the first down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Mahomes firing complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's now 4th down.
Yellow.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. You that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play.
He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And the catch made by Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. David Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Airing it out for Olsen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Vikings going to signal timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Mark 22, Mark 22. Check pass. Exit. Mark 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mark.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Go. Check. Come on. Attack. Mike 22, Mike 22.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to go down again. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this throw caught left side, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Dalton here from the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. Mahomes hit, he lost the football, and the Colts pick it up, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jamison Crowder, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
A gain of 2 brings up
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Mahomes now to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Yellow.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Andy Dalton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really... When you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
56. Mike 56.
It's now 3rd down.
56 to Mike. 56.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The best thing that ever happened to Mario Edwards Jr., in my estimation, was moving from defensive end into defensive tackle.
Why is that?
I think he had such good size, but his quickness now is overwhelming when he works inside against guards and centers. And that allows him to make plays as one we just saw there, getting into the backfield and getting a tackle for the loss.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. For this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Rocky Sin. Trying to get it to Woods. Yet another interception. And I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 39-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
6 guys.
Regular.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. From his end zone, Mahomes on 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation and say there's no way they're going to fake it here, and they probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Here we go. Watch twist.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Operating from the gun, Dalton, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
That's the score. Colts 42, Vikings nothing.